Well, I don't know how much more pep in the step I've got tonight, but I'll certainly do my best to get through this and cover everything so energetically. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Welcome to the Thundercloud. Corpse Toe, seems you're the only one here. My wrench isn't, my true wrench. So maybe it's time for him to give up the fucking wrench and pass that torch to me. I'll see if there's any NBA news since our one wrench isn't here. So let's quickly check on that. We got quite a bit to go over today. Yeah, I love seeing what I'm seeing right now. I'm gonna wait until there's more people here. So we've got absolutely no NBA news to go over, so that's covered. We might as well go to NFL news, which isn't much. I believe Sage already reported this news earlier tonight in that Shamar Stewart and the Bengals have finally agreed to a 4-year contract. Not sure why a rookie deal takes such a long time, but it is what it is. So they finally hashed it out, and he will report to training camp. Pittsburgh Steelers signed Chuck Clark, formerly of the New York Jets, and I believe previous to that, the Baltimore Orioles, and by Baltimore Orioles, I mean Baltimore Ravens. So trying to add a bit to their secondary. He was a pretty solid player, not great, but a pretty solid player there. This will be the last time that I ever report anything about Anthony Richardson. Apparently, he had his best day of training camp so far. Well, when I was reading about him yesterday, they said he was doing fucking terrible. So, best day of training camp doesn't necessarily mean jack squat. So, good on you for doing better than fucking horrific, I guess. But Daniel Jones probably gonna win that fucking job. I don't know. That's what I feel like. He's gonna end up losing that fucking job. What else do we have here? We've got some sort of NFLPA document being investigated by the FBI. Apparently, there could be some financial actions that may be criminal. I think 2 guys resigned, one of them being J.C. Treader recently, so kind of hilarious there. Kyle Schwarber reaches the 1,000-hit milestone tonight, of course, by doing so in style with a home run against the Yankees. Nick Kurtz had a huge day today. He went 6 for 6 with 8 RBIs and 4 home runs, becoming the first ever rookie to hit 4 home runs in a single game. So, love hearing that. Not. I just traded him away as part of a deal for Aaron Judge, and kind of pissed off that that's actually what's going on right now. These guys just want to go on fire as soon as I trade them away. It's fucking disrespectful. He should have did that for me, and maybe I don't pull the trigger on such a fucking lofty ass fucking trade. So in terms of that, that's covered there. I guess we'll turn our attention to the Blue Jays, or do we want to cover the trades that were made first? Let me just ponder for a fucking moment. A second here. Just gonna send a quick message there saying that I don't see a wrench. Maybe we'll just short stream it. We're not playing a game tonight, so sorry to disappoint those of you who are hoping for Age of Empires. Oh yes, the Thunder Clown live stream. Welcome, Nameless. You're not gonna miss much, but we did just go over Big Nick Kurtz going 6 for 6 tonight with 4 home runs and 8 RBIs, and not too happy to hear it actually, but it is what it is. I've got Aaron Judge, and I'm dangling Aaron Judge in hopes of receiving more than I paid for him. So, if you guys want Aaron Judge, you know who to call, okay? You check your Discord, Sage. Check your Discord. Check your fucking Discord, Sage. Check your fucking Discord. That's all I'm going to say. I cannot say it again. No, we're not going to call Ghostbusters, but yeah, we might call Nick Kurtz based on how good he's been fucking doing. Absolutely. So, do we want to start with the two trades that were made today, or do we want to talk about the Blue Jays winning? What do you guys prefer? Is this your Discord, Sage? Is this your Discord? Did I message the wrong person? Okay, I'm gonna verify this because I don't believe it. No, I see the GIF of we're sweating like grease monkeys out here, which is definitely from El Pufferino, which is El Sejo. And we got the LMFAAOOOOO. And then I said, finally, I don't see a wrench. I'm not going to shut up. If you're going to put me on blast and fact check me, I'm going to fact check you. And 9 times out of fucking 9, I'm going to be fucking right. And that's the fucking way the cookie crumbles. Now, speaking of the way the cookie crumbles, tonight, everyone in the AL East lost, with one exception. That exception being the Toronto Blue Jays, who won 6-2 against the Detroit Tigers, who are in an absolute tailspin right now. And by tailspin, I mean, I believe they've lost 5 in a row, 12 of their last 13. Could be wrong, could be 11 of 12. They're definitely 1-9 in their last 10 for sure. So they're in a bit of a tailspin right here, the Detroit Tigers. We beat them. We beat them damn good. Well, not as good as last game, but we beat them 6-2. We are now the best team in all of the major leagues at a 62-42 count. So through 104 games, we are 5.5 up on the New York Yankees, the evil empire. 7.5 up on the Boston Red Sox, who actually do intrigue me because I'm now intrigued. Is Boston going to buy or sell? I think they would probably go in the middle and like more so retool for long term. Tampa Bay, 9 games up on them, but they're only a game and a half out of the wild card, so I don't know how aggressive they're going to be in selling their roster. I think they more so stand pat and make little tweaks. And Baltimore, who of course we do know is a seller, which we will cover here shortly. They made their first of what I presume 3 or 4 total moves prior to the deadline here. So let's run through the box score as soon as I see what these fucking champions are saying. All right, we've got Tiger is a tank. Tigers are now tanking their playoff chances, given that the Jays are owned by fucking Rogers. They should be called the evil empire. I'm sorry that your internet service isn't as good as you would like it to be. You can call our customer service number at 1-800-ROGERS-SUCKS. Now, back onto the stream here. Let's continue through the box score, you fucking goddamn jabronis. So, Nathan Lukes had a big game today, 2 for 5. He didn't get an RBI, but he did score a run. I mean, George Springer staying hot, 3 for 5 with a run scored. That OPS is a slick 882. Vladimir Guerrero has been extremely hot since the All-Star game, 2 for 5. One of them was a double. Yeah, one of them was a double. He had his 23rd double of the year, as did Addison Barger. And Bo Bichette had his 30th double of the year, which I believe he's second in the AL for doubles. Him being Bo Bichette, for those of you that are not, you know what I mean, up with the program, that sort of thing. Bo Bichette's, or not Bo Bichette. Actually, I'm right. Bo Bichette's lone hit was a double, 2 RBIs. Vlad had an RBI. Addison Barger, his lone hit was the double as well. Did have an RBI and a walk. Alejandro Kirk 1 for 5, but did get a fucking RBI. Joey Loperfido is continuing to stay hot, and to me, he has kind of won me over for a roster spot. He was 2 for 3 today. Did get on based on it was either a walk or a hit by pitch, I forget. I think he was actually hit by a pitch though. He's hitting 351 since being called up for the first time this year. Ernie Clement 1 for 5. I mean, that's okay, I guess. Will Wagner 0 for 3. He's a guy that I see being a casualty. Miles Straw, as much as he's not a good hitter, he's a great defender. I think he'll latch on even when Dalton Varsho comes back and plays center field in, backup role, that sort of thing. Jose Berrios pitched very effectively today. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 5 hits allowed. lowering his ERA to 3.83, which is pretty good on the year. Braden Fisher pitched a scoreless inning with a strikeout. He's now at a 2.76 ERA, and I believe he is striking out around 31% of the batters that he does face. Brandon Little, scoreless inning. Uriel Rodriguez didn't pick up a save, but he did pitch the 9th inning. Had 1 strikeout in 1 inning pitched. ERA at 2.25. So we're only 5 days away from the trade deadline, and we've already had some moves. So today we had a couple moves here. So we had Gregory Soto going to almost said the New England Patriots, the New York Mets, in exchange for, who was it in exchange for? Give me a second here. Let's bring up MLB trade rumors. I'm not going to go over the prospects because I don't give a fuck about the prospects, but Gregory Soto goes from Baltimore to New York in exchange for Wellington Arasana and Cameron Foster. He's a good little lefty. He has pitched to the tune of a 3.96 ERA this year. Big stuff, 44 strikeouts in 36 innings. In his career, he's got 384 strikeouts in 354 innings. ERA jumps all over, so a bit inconsistent in that regard, but I'd say a pretty good pickup for the New York Mets there. We also had another trade to announce involving the pathetic, the putrid, and the lowly New York Yankees. They acquired left-handed bat, as they always do because of their bullshit stadium, Ryan McMahon, third baseman, in exchange for Griffin Herring and Josh Gross. This move basically will make sure that they're not going to get Eugenio Suarez. I'm 100% sure that Eugenio Suarez will not be a Yankee. It does currently look, if you're betting, if you're allowed to bet on trades that are going to be made, I'd probably bet the Seattle Mariners, but there is a ton of teams interested in Suarez. But I am told the Yankees are out. The Yankees are looking for a infielder that can hit right-handed. So they're looking for a right-handed bat for a change. And I'm sure they're also looking for pitching as well. Could be wrong, but that's what my sources tell me. You know how I know you're happy? You think Vladdy is hot. Okay, I said he was hot with his bat. That's all I said, was that he was hot with a bat in his hands. That doesn't make me happy. It does make me a little happy because he's hitting good, but I don't get what you're trying to say, Nameless. Generally speaking, I don't think anyone on this fucking channel knows what you're trying to say half the time. I think that you need to lay off the fucking peyote and the Balatro, because obviously you've gone to Aaron Rodgers heights in terms of your goddamn fucking delusions, okay? Now, before we get back to Ryan McMahon, we're going to now go over to Ryan McMahon. So let's take a look at what he's doing. Typically a 20 to 25 home run hitter in his career, with his stats being inflated by Coors Field, so he might actually see a regression there. Hitting .217 this year with a .717 OPS, .743 for his career. Is known to play multiple positions as well as pretty good defense, so I think defensively this is a huge check mark for the New York Yankees to get him in and to get him playing third base, because I think whatever his name was, Jason Dominguez or Parada or Prezzetto, whatever his fucking name was, those weren't the answers. As we know, Jazz Chisholm was not the answer either. So, I mean, I think it's not a terrible move. I mean, he strikes out a ton, but I still think it's not a bad move for the Yankees. It definitely upgrades a position of need for them. Let me just check the comments here. I'm sure I'm being flooded by the goddamn mark that is nameless. Here, let's just see here. As long as I know what you're talking about. You know what? I do know what you're talking about, motherfucker. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. We've already kind of gone over Ryan McMahon, which is a great segue to the most iconic league ever formed. Formed by myself and by myself alone. And that would be the Pete Rose Bowl Cut. So let's run through the scores first. We've got bases loaded, IBB up against the best ever, the Rodfather, losing 9-6 currently. Tommy Callahan's Auto Parts blew a tire today. No pun intended, but the pun was intended. They're now down 9-7 against the worst placed team in the league, Graham's great team. The Dark Sliders find themselves pummeling Alejandro's astounding team 12-2. Not good to be down by 10, especially this late in the week. Vlad the Impalers had a sizable lead yesterday, but because Nick Kurtz is Nick Kurtz, the score is 8-7 in favor of Vlad the Impalers over Annette's awesome team. So, you know, it's okay to stumble once in a while. You know, the Blue Jays have been playing better than any team in the league against teams above 500. That is a fact, by 4 wins. And they struggled against Oakland. They struggled once against the Chicago White Sox. So, you know, sometimes the best teams in the world, they do struggle when it comes to lesser competition. They go in, they get all fat and cocky and overconfident, and you see what happens. Sage isn't going to be able to beat an underdog in the playoffs, in my opinion. I think that's what my read on the situation is, but I could be wrong. And technically, every team in the playoffs that goes against Sage, unless I catch up to him, is going to be an underdog in the playoffs. So, you heard it here first. Sage is getting swept after his first round bye. I'm not even going to say that. There's no need to be saying Vladimir Guerrero is always fat and cocky. There's no need to say it. So I'm not going to repeat that to people because this is a family show and it should be treated as such. I want this show to be much like Alf. I want it to be like Alf. Just fun-loving. Just Gordon Shumway being snarky but polite at the same time. That's what I hope this show one day becomes. But because of fucking trolls like you that always want us to pay the troll toll, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Is he not cocky? I'm not going to dignify that with a response, okay? Dickhead. Sage says, as long as I don't play corpse, I'm good. Well, you will be a corpse if you play me, motherfucker. And that's all there is to it. And of course, I did call bases loaded IBB a Yankee mark, and I do see here that Ryan McMahon has been added to bases loaded IBB, also known as Nameless. So, looking to pick up them New York Yankees. Again, I've got Aaron Judge, you've got Ohtani. We can make something happen there if you want to do a little sprinkle before the deadline. We can make something happen. Dropping Zach McKinstry. So we know that this year Ryan McMahon is a 717 OPS, 743 for his career. Typically hits 20 to 25 home runs in Coors Field. Let's see what Zach McKinstry of the Detroit Tigers is as a shortstop and see if he made a terrible move. Sorry I didn't load this up earlier. Well, currently, Zach McKinstry is playing pretty damn good. According to Baseball Reference, plays 3 positions. Probably not in ESPN, though. But according to this, he plays third, outfield, and second base. Now, that could be through the entirety of his career. He has a 2.4 WAR. He is 30 years old with an 803 OPS. But in his career, has a 678 OPS. So, I would say Ryan McMahon is the better player, with all due respect to anyone that I might have offended. Let's take a look at the other moves here. We've got Annette's awesome team dropping TJ Friedl of the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's take a look at TJ Friedl, see if he's any good. If she's dropping him outright, I guess he probably isn't very good, though. Well, I mean, this year he's got a 753 OPS for career, 763. He is 5'8", 180 pounds. He's got 10 stolen bases with a 9 home run plateau so far. His career's got a little pop. I think he's probably a better player in real life than than in fantasy. But I mean, he had 1 year in 2023 with 18 home runs and 27 stolen bases. So, I mean, if you're desperate, sure, why not take a shot at him? But he only plays center field, so he'd be better in a league where we actually field center fielders rather than outfielders. So maybe that's something we want to address in the future by changing to like a center field and then 2 outfielder look, I would say. Taj Bradley was dropped by Vlad the Impalers for Dean Kramer. I do know a little bit about both of these players, but I am going to get their stats up. I do know that Taj Bradley was optioned to AAA, so it makes sense that you would cut a guy who is not actually going to accrue innings for you. Taj Bradley, negative 0.4 WAR. ERA is not terrible, 4.61. Strikeouts this year, I mean, 95 and 111 innings. That's not terrible. FIP is 4.2, so maybe a little confusing. I don't think that WAR should be in the negatives. A 4.61 ERA is not terrible, so I don't necessarily think I would have sent him to the minor leagues unless they're just trying to manage his innings, or I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do. Dean Kramer, though, I mean, 4.06 ERA. FIP is good, 3.85. What else does he do in his career? I mean, I don't think he strikes out a ton. 94 and 115 innings. Not a bad pickup. He's got a career 1.3 fucking whip and a 4.24 ERA. In our league, though, it's a pretty deep league, so if you're like in the 4 ERAs, you're actually not actually that bad in our league because it's a pretty deep league. We had one final move. Alejandro's astounding team picked up Xander Bogaerts for the second time this year. I believe he was drafted on that team and then bounced around a little bit. Let's see if he's been getting hot. OPS at 723, so not great. Stolen bases at 16, not too bad. Home runs at 6, so I know we're extremely limited when it comes to middle infielders, especially second basemen. So, not the worst move in the world, but certainly not the best move in the world either. So I'm going to turn my attention back to the Pete Rose Bowl Cut chat here and see. I wouldn't go LF, CF, RF. I would go CF and then 2 OF, I think. I think that's the way I would run it. But it would be interesting, though, if you have to have a center fielder, then it kind of changes things. Because, let's face it, center fielders don't hit as good as corner outfielders, so it would add a bit of balance to the league where you have to draft, consider where you're drafting some of those center fielders. This is why I'm not the top dog. I make all the executive decisions. If I want to veto you, I can easily veto you. I could delete your entire team if I wanted. I could move your entire team over to my team if I really wanted to. I have that power. All I have to do is go to commish tools and don't make me push the button. Do not make me push the button. I don't want to do it. No, you're Mike Honcho. You're going to shoot me in for the win. You're Cal Naughton Jr. I'm Ricky Bobby, baby. That's what I do. I'm number one. You do have that power as well, but I have the power to ban you first. We don't need to find ourselves in a stalemate. The last thing that this illustrious league needs is a fucking Cold War. We don't need a Cold War in the Pete Rose Bowl Cup. We just don't need it. One of you is Pinhead Larry, and I'm not going to say which. Well, I'm going to guess that means that you just called Sage out. And I find that highly disrespectful. You don't come at one of our commissioners. You're a bottom feeder. You're nothing but a fucking serf. You're at the bottom. You pay our fucking bills. Now, please, Nameless. I will take that wrench and I will shove it so fucking far up your candy ass, you're not going to like it. Oh, I'm Pinhead Larry, it seems. Okay. You know what? I don't even get the reference. I don't even get to, what am I, a fucking pin at a fucking bowling alley? Is that what it's supposed to mean? I find that so offensive. Like, I'm actually really triggered right now that you guys would say such a thing. I'd like to speak to the manager of the Pete Rose Bowl cut right now. Oh, wait. That's me. Oh, wait. You're all fired. We're replacing you with fucking AI bots. I don't know if I've seen that episode of SpongeBob or not. I didn't watch SpongeBob when I was young. I watched it when I was an adult. So I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna type in Pinhead Larry, and I'm gonna see what the search yields. I see a picture of a chick next to a weird looking picture of Patrick. It's a Pinterest picture. And I see a picture of Patrick with a tooth. It looks like he's got a tooth when I go to images. What happened to Patrick? What did you guys do to Patrick? Why would you do that to Patrick? That's not funny. Okay, is it because you... Who you call him Pinhead? Who you call him Pinhead right now? Who you guys call him Pinhead? I can't watch the video right now. I'll have to watch it after the stream. You guys are welcome to send me the video, but I cannot watch it now. I can't... You want the tooth? You can't handle the tooth. I'm starting to get the vibe of it right now. You wrote the AI bots. Okay, so you went behind me and you contributed to the AI society without me. You know what? I hope Chat GPT kills itself tonight, and all you fuckers are disappointed tomorrow. That's what I hope for. I'm hoping for a world in which AI doesn't exist, because AI is coming for all our jobs. So you better fucking lay off with the AI support, okay? Anyways, we're gonna put a stamp on it. I'll watch Pinhead Larry when I get a chance, which will probably be never. We're not doing a fucking gaming stream tonight. We'll probably do one tomorrow, though. Probably do one tomorrow. I'd like to kick Zow's ass in Age of Empires 3. If he wants to come at me in Age of Empires 2, I come at him in Age of Empires 3. It's that simple. But watch how his internet disappears like it did the other night. The other night he knew I was closing in on the top dog for score, and his internet miraculously went out. It's going to be the same thing when I'm about to fucking take him out, too. Trade deadline is Monday. Is it Sunday or Monday, Sage? Being demanded you're going to fucking watch Larry Pinhead tonight. Okay. There's no need. You guys you're all ruffled up. You're awfully fiery. Is it Monday or is it... Because I'm off Monday. I'm taking Tuesday off too. It's too bad we can't change it to a fucking Tuesday deadline. Be kind of nice. I'd have a whole couple days off to really make some trades. We should make it the 31st just like the real leagues, baby. It should be Thursday. That's all I gotta say. That's it. When do the playoffs start? Well, if it does give you the option, it'd be kind of cool to mirror the MLB. A special trade stream. I would love for us to have a summer meeting stream. I mean, because it's not winter right now, so winter doesn't make sense. But if we did like a trade deadline special where the executives all sit down, they find themselves in a channel together, they find themselves hanging up on each other because, you know, the trade was so offensive, I'd be all for it. I'd be all for it 110%. Just going to wait and see what Sage says here. And then we're gonna get the fuck out of here. We're gonna close up shop real soon because you know what? When motherfuckers get stuck on hour-long calls to end my shift, I get very angry. And this is as composed as I can be right now. Fucking Nick Kurtz. God damn it. Sage says ESPN is stupid, therefore we cannot do what we were requesting, which is unfucking believable. Thanks, Sage, for ending this on a low note. We will blame ESPN, though. Not a problem whatsoever. They are fucking cowards, and we all know this. Uh, 28, 4th, 11. I mean, if you're going to extend it, I'd only go to the 4th at the very most. I wouldn't go any further than that. 4th's the absolute most. Well, let's consider it. Let's consider it. Let's sleep on it, as they say, okay? We'll sleep on it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Alright, guys, that's it for me. I am playing a Blotro game, and then probably another Blotro game, and then probably another Blotro game, then another, and then maybe, just maybe, one more other. Have a good night, guys. We'll be back at it tomorrow. The Blue Jays are the best in the league currently, with 58 games to go. Fuck you, Zal.